One mock test, one low score, and her father, a school principal, bet her so brutally that she didn't survive. Why would a parent, a teacher, do this? This isn't a fictional story. This happened in real life, in real time. This video is not just about one crime. It's about how love turns into pressure and pressure turns into something deadly. Let's break this down using psychology. Hi, my name is Bhavya, and today we'll be discussing this case, which is truly disturbing but unfortunately far familiar. We often talk about exam stress, but what about parental rage? What drives someone, a father, to this extremity? Let's understand this step by step. Let's be honest, this was not about her, it was about him, the child's father. In psychology, we call this the ego involvement, wherein the parent completely attaches their self-worth to their child's performance. So when the child succeeds, the parent feels powerful, but when the child loses or fails, the parent feels personally humiliated. And here's where something dangerous happens. The child is stopped being seen as a separate individual, but rather as a symbol of their parents' pride. Now, what triggers such extreme reactions? If we go deeper, we can relate them with three powerful factors. Firstly, we have the narcissistic injury. When someone with a fragile ego feels that their image is being threatened even slightly, they experience what is called a narcissistic injury. It's not about love. It's about how dare you make me look bad. And this pain becomes intolerable and it finally turns into rage. Secondly, we have displaced aggression. Oftentimes, the anger and frustration is not even about the child. Many parents are stressed out by their everyday life events. They are feeling insecure about themselves and they cannot take their frustrations out on anyone else. They cannot go and hit the society. They cannot go and hit their boss. So they hit the only person who will not hit them back, that is their child. This is called displaced aggression, taking your frustration out on someone else. Thirdly, we have the lack of emotional regulation. Some parents do not know how to manage and regulate their emotions well. And in moments of ego injury, they just snap out at their kids. And this can be so extreme that it can turn violent, and sometimes the violent behavior can be so extreme that it can turn fatal. Now imagine you've scored 92%, you're preparing for NEET, you're working hard, you're trying your best, you're giving mock tests to improve for your examinations, but none of it matters because one low score is equal to punishment. No conversations, no support, just pure rage from parents. This kind of parenting basically teaches children that they can be loved only when they succeed, and their worth is completely evaluated by their achievements in their lives. Over time, this basically creates the feelings of anxiety, perfectionism, learned helplessness, a belief wherein the child thinks that no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, it's never enough. And in worst cases, it even leads to trauma. This is not tough love, this is not discipline, this is abuse. Indian households have glorified sufferings through lines like pressure creates diamonds, बचपन में मार खाई है तभी आज इतनी successful है. But let's be honest. Pressure sometimes completely shatters people. It's not enough to feel sad about this story. We need real change. And how can we do that? I have a few suggestions from my side. Firstly, I believe that coaching ecosystems should provide mental health trainings for parents. I believe that coaching ecosystems should guide parents as to how they can manage, build, and actually regulate their relationship with their child during these tough phases. And not only their academic metrics, but also their mental health should be discussed with the parents. Secondly, I firmly believe that parents need to start checking on their child's emotions more than just their marks. They need to start asking the child questions like how their day was, if they are feeling well, if they are doing well, if they need help, and not just ki kitne number aaye. Thirdly, I really believe that parents need to start viewing the child more than just their marks. What if your child got that perfect NEET or JEE score, but completely lost themselves, their self-worth in the entire process? What exactly did you win? Fourthly, if you are a student watching this, then you must remember that you're not just your mock test score, you're not just a rank. You're not just your parents' trophy, but you're much more than that. You are enough, more than enough. But if you ever need help, seek for it, reach out. Ask for help, speak up, because you deserve both love and safety. We often confuse control with care and then wonder why children break. This cycle needs to completely stop, because if it doesn't, then another test, another child, another tragedy. Thank you so much for watching.